Hello, Kofi. Good evening.
Senidika, inabeka, miaro, miara, endo, miaro, miara, ejumeidia, inabeye, miaro, miara, endo, miaro, miara, obrei, inabebo, miaro, miara, endo, miaro, miara, Aseni besini kwema miara. Aseni miara. Aseni besini kwema miara. Aseni besini kwema miara. Obrai besini kwema miara. Miara. Endo miara. Aseni besini kwema miara. Aseni miara, sina besini kwema miara, obrei besini kwema miara, endo miara, aseni inabeka, miaro, endo miara, ejumeidia, inabeye, miaro, endo miara, obrei, inabebo, miaro, endo miara, aseni besini kwema miara, aseni miara, aseni besini kwema miara, Ejina besini kwema miara, obrai besini kwema miara, endo miara, aseni besini kwema miara, aseni miara, aseni besini
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. And I hope you had a lovely week. We have had a really long week. So I hope your week has been good. I hope your weekend has equally been good. My name is Marek Kofi Gan, and welcome to my weekly Facebook Live. And hopefully we'll get to be doing much more of this than once a week starting this week, so we can connect properly. So for those of you who are just joining us, thank you for joining us. I genuinely do appreciate all of you being here. Maxwell Diaba, Dachihini, and everybody else who's now joining us. We'll just wait a few more minutes to get others to come on stream. Isaac, I see Isaac. Isaac, thank you for joining us. Kofi Nyo, thank you for joining us. Kofi Nyo, that's that's Leo, isn't it? Leo, thank you for joining us. And Mr. Isaac, thank you for joining us. All right. And do share the link or start a watch party yourself so others can also be part of this. That's what it's going to take. That's how you we all leverage our influence. So if you're already here with us, do share the link you're seeing now, or do start a watch party. I think at the bottom somewhere it allows you to just share the video or the Facebook Live engagement, or it also allows you to do a watch party. I have done a watch party to my page so that those on my page who don't know this is starting can also get a chance to do this. So if you're here, do Mr. Benjamin Bosompra. Oh, Senior, welcome. It's been a while. Mr. Esteban Amagashi. Always on, always on. No, thank you guys for joining us. So there's a few of us watching now. And so do please share the link. You know, if you're watching, you know, drop a wave or drop something so we see that that you are with us. Mr. Prince Coffee Bar, thank you for joining us. And who else is here? Mr. Fanuel Marking. Mr. Fanuel, thank you for your question. I think, you know, this is just a choice we have made. It's not consciously being done to highlight one tribe over another. And I think we shouldn't get into that line of consideration. You know, our national anthem is also in English. You know, somebody could question why we're using the Queen's language rather than local languages. So I think we should appreciate what is ours. You know, the tune we're using for the background is a beautiful song. And yes, I agree that we should look for more songs. It's just something we're looking with meaning. And this is one of the ones that came to mind in our consideration. So it's not being played to simply highlight a particular tribe or section of Ghana to the detriment of the other. We should also enjoy it because it is hugely Ghanaian, and we should value it as such and not try to, you know. But I appreciate your comments nonetheless. Ice Cube BZ. Hey, sorry, your name is solid though. Ice Cube BZ. Maxwell, thank you. Appreciate it. So we're going to start in a bit. Do please share the comment. Share the video or do a watch party so your folks on your online can also get the chance to. Please, let's hurry up so we can also give some you and awards today. Oh, God. There's a lot that has happened this weekend, isn't it? And this is just me trying to catch up with all of you, and just trying to catch up and share a few things or talk about a few things. Mr. Edward Nyavi, my senior in the US, I greet you, sir. Joshua Psalms, thank you for joining us. Nanao said to Bismarck, please try to speak Tree. Why not Ga? And why not Ewe? And why not the Bunny? And why not Hausa? Assalamu alaikum. Why should I only speak Tree? Mr. Nanao said to Bismarck, why should I only speak Tree? I can speak Tree, but how about the Gans? Why shouldn't I speak Gan? Mr. Kwejo Konedu, thank you for joining us. Okay. All right. So there's quite a number of you who are joining in. 23 or so watching now. Let's get the number up. So please share the video. Do a watch party and let's get this going. Anyway, so a few things I wanted to touch on today. Some of them that you already know, or some of you may have had conversation about some of this with friends, with family. Derek, thank you for joining us. Derek Kusibwama, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you being here. And of course, I appreciate every other person being here as well. So thank you all. Let me just say this for the last time, and then we get on to this, is that if you're watching us, share the video currently so your friends can also join us from wherever they are. Ed Williams, thank you for joining us. Siniana Nakojo Batels, thank you for joining us. Senior Ganata, my big man, Senior. Try and join. Thank you for joining us. Now I'll say yes, we are coming down there, but we also need you guys who are already there to start pushing the agenda. There are some of you who are already there who are starting to do that. So let's all push the agenda wherever we are. This thing is spreading now, it's spreading like wildfire, and this is where we want it to get. So thank you all for everything you've been doing. Mr. Chu Courage, thank you for joining us. I'm grateful, deeply grateful. So let's start. So please share the video, do a watch party, let friends of yours who are not yet in the know that this live telecast is happening, let them also get a chance to join us. So that's why we ask you to share. Right. So my brothers, my sisters, my comrades, my fellow citizens, thank you for joining us. As you know, we're on an agenda to I'm running as an independent candidate for 2020. And there's a few things that have come up over the last couple of weeks that I think we need to have a conversation about. And this is purely just a conversation. So I've been on a number of programs, some TV, some radio, and this thing keeps coming up. People say independent for the Omunkwa, they are standing alone, and they are no. And I think I want to sort of use this opportunity to sort of clarify some of these things. When we say somebody is independent and they are running as an independent candidate, it means a few things, and it also doesn't mean a lot of things that people think it is. Now, an independent candidate does not mean that he is one man who is standing. No, it does not mean that at all. The easiest way I try to explain some of these things to people is that, look, none of the political parties have, not one man in any of the political parties have been able to write the entire manifesto. We have one of the best, in fact, the best manifesto this year going into 2020. And I dare say that we do have the best manifesto this year. You obviously can't expect that I wrote this manifesto alone. I did not. So when we talk about independent candidate, basically what we are trying to get people to understand is that all it means is not that it is structure. It's not a structure thing. It doesn't mean that there's one man sitting somewhere doing everything. What it means is that we are bringing together a number of independent thinking people, people whose whole mindset is not about party, people who think about Ghana and put Ghana first. That's what this whole independent agenda, excuse me, is really all about. So anytime you hear about the independent candidate, what we are simply trying to do is to move away from this business we've been engaged in for the last 27 years, where people go into office as a party and therefore they also run the state as they run the party. That's one of the biggest dilemma we've been faced with. And what we are trying to do with an independent candidate is to say, no, it's about time we stop and bring on people who are not thinking about their party first, but who are thinking independently about Ghana first. That's what this all means. We want to move away from the head mentality that, oh, because party says X, hey, everybody is X. You can be in the party and because party says X, and you actually personally think that no, this should be Y, but because you're in the party, you have to go with X. That does not make you an independent-minded person. That does not make you put Ghana first. So you can have a situation where a party says we are doing A. There is some sensible person in there, some wise people in there who actually know that no, we should be doing B. But because they are part of a party and therefore they can be seen to be speaking against the party, they can be seen to be saying what is right for Ghana, even though that's not probably what the party intends, they all keep quiet and follow what the party has said they should do. That is exactly what we're trying to move away from. So when we say an independent candidate, basically what we are trying to do is that this is still, this is also a vehicle, except that in this vehicle, all we are asking for are for people who can think outside of a party. We are talking and asking about people who can come together to think about Ghana being the first thing they think about, not the party. And so it's largely about an independence of thought. It's the mindset that we're talking about. It's us saying, you know what, the people who crafted the Constitution were not children. They thought about this. As a matter of fact, I think this was prophetic. They thought about it. They understood that at some point in the way we are going, the way we operate our party system is likely not going to work. And so they're putting these clauses in there that also allow independent candidates to rise up in the process. And let's not always feel that this is the first time, this whole independence, this is the first time it has ever happened. This is not the first time. But just 2 doors away, the Benin president was an independent candidate. Today, I think we have either Tunisia or Morocco, one of them, I can't remember, but I think it's Tunisia or so, has an independent candidate who has won office and is in office. And so it's not new, it's not strange. The fact that it's in the Constitution lets you know that this has been properly thought about. And so people should stop demonizing it to make it look like independent candidate, they can move this country forward. It's not true. If somebody is saying that to you, they are saying it because they just want to entrench their position as a party, as party apparatives or apparatus or party apparatchiks. So let's not be swayed by the fact that party is the only option we have for this country. Yes, party systems are good, but the kind of party systems we have evolved in this country is such that we run the state as though we are running a party. People just have to hide in the party somewhere. And as soon as they come into power, you see them also become big men, irrespective of whether they are efficient at what they do, irrespective of whether they are competent at getting the job done or not. As soon as they become part of the party, they know that all you have to do is to hide in there. As long as the party takes office, you also would have something to do. What we are saying is that enough of that. We need to fish out Ghanaians who actually are capable of getting things done. We need to choose Ghanaians who have done things, are capable, are qualified to get these things done. We don't want anybody just hiding around, and as soon as the party wins power, hey, they've also come out of the woodworks and suddenly they've become ministers and big men and all that. So let's get this thing done right. Let's understand it right. That when we say independent candidate, basically what we are talking about is that people who think independent, all they want is Ghana to go forward. Not the party first. It can never be about the party first because they are not even part of a party. So their only agenda is to make sure that whatever they are called to do or whatever they find themselves doing, it is all about this country, Ghana. Very crucial. But there's a few things that I think we should have a conversation about. And these are critical things that needs to get out there. We have this issue amongst us, let me just put it that way, I'm sure you know what I mean, amongst us where traditionally people come out and say, and people have told me this before, that, we like what you're doing, we think it is the right thing to do, but you see, my family has always voted this party, and therefore I feel like I'll be betraying my family if I follow you or if I join you. Okay, here's what I have to say. I have a few things to say. First of all, let me just say that don't even tell anybody you're joining me. Just join us. You don't need to tell anybody. Secondly, let me just say that if you're 18 years and above, you're old enough to make your decisions. So make your decisions. Come join us and let's make this thing out. Third thing I want to say is that in your lifetime, you'll probably not see a moment like this where you are part of people who made history. We are about to make history this 2020. So join us and be a part of the few who rose up and made history happen. But more importantly, this is what I want to say. You see, yes, your family has a tradition. My family has had some traditions too, not necessarily political, but every family has a tradition. But here's what I want to say to you. When the family you come from, when they started voting a particular line of thought, when they started following a particular political philosophy, when they started following a particular political party, when they started following a particular political ideology, which is translated over the years to become what we have now as the two dominant parties. When your family started following those traditions, there was something in their era that was happening. And let's not, I want us to take this step by step. There was something that pushed them. There was something that was happening in their era. I keep giving this example. When people who are now in their 70s and 80s were in the Gold Coast and subsequently Ghana, when they attended the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and others that they attended, here's the thing you need to understand. They had buffet breakfast, buffet lunch. They were one to a room. When they finished school, they didn't have to go and beg for employment. They just got handed letters and they went and they found something. They were really prepared for their industry. That's just one example. Accra was clean at the time. Ghana was properly being, on course. There were things that were happening in their era. That is why they believe in a certain political philosophy. That is what has informed them voting a particular line. The reality you and I face today is different, totally different from the reality they faced in their time. So we can't continue to say that, oh, my family has always voted this political ideology or this political party, and therefore we should also vote the same. No. If you do that, you have become almost like you don't have a mind of your own, because you are literally following through a tradition that, first of all, did not start in your time. Secondly, you do not understand. And thirdly, that isn't working for you. And so we need to look at these things carefully. Yes, a tradition exists. Look, there are some traditions that are progressive. And so if you are following them, by all means, let's follow them. But when this political ideology is all about, oh, my family has always voted this party, so we have to continue. No. Look, the things they saw in their era is the reason why they decided to make this political following. Is the reason why they follow these political ideologies until now. They enjoy what they needed to enjoy. The question you have to ask yourself is, the things that they enjoy, the things that made them believe in some of this political ideology, whether from the NDC or the NPP, are you enjoying the same? Is the economy working for you? Is the education working for you? Is the health sector, which is largely now a funeral economy, is it working for you? If it's not working for you, then yes, you do need to shift your ideology. You do need to choose an ideology that is likely to work in your time. Kukua, Madam, thank you. I need to actually call you. Thank you for watching from Takrady. And thank everybody who's in Takrady. Mr. Nanase, who is in Seshi, Kontumbra, thank you for all the hard work you guys are doing there. So let me just say very again that let's not keep ourselves backwards and say simply because a particular tradition existed for my father and my father's fathers, we have to just take that and carry forward. And somebody I met with a very astute gentleman of the land, not the first gentleman, but a gentleman of this land, very, very solid person, somebody you all know. We had a meeting the other day, and he said to me, he asked people the same thing, and the way he puts it, he asks them, the kind of life your grandfather, let's not go there. But that was an example I wanted to give, but on hindsight, I think let me leave that. But the point I'm trying to make to all of us to just give it a thought, just give it a consideration, is that look, I know you have been influenced to follow a political party. I know you have been influenced to follow a political line of thinking, a political ideology, a political philosophy, and there's no problem with that. But as an individual, as a human being, as a citizen, as somebody who loves yourself, you do need to ask yourself at some point, this thing that I'm following, is it working for me? And when some of us are standing as independent candidates going into 2020, I want to assure all of you that we are doing this. Obviously, I'm not part of a political party, so we're not doing this because a few of us have decided, you know what, let's go and do what the others are doing and also hijack them. No. For us, this is about Ghana. This is about this country doing better than it currently is doing. And so this is not about a political ideology that simply says, look, this is what we've been doing all the years before you were even born, so you have to follow us. No, we are asking people to be free of thought. Ask yourself the simple question, what has been working? And if it isn't working, should I continue following it? This is about Ghana. Where we are at now is about Ghana. It must never be about any political party. You must never go to the polls and vote simply because you are part of a political party. No, because look, at the end of the day, if Ghana is not working, it does not matter which political party you are part of. If Ghana is not working, even if you are in the NDC, you will still hustle. If Ghana is not working, even if you are in the NPP, you will still hustle. And as a matter of fact, there are people in the NDC and NPP with all the chobo, you are still hustling. For 27 years, you have still been hustling. So for some of you, you are in the NDC and the last 27 years, Charlie, things have not been working well. You still hustle. You're in the NPP for the last 27 years, things have not been happening. You'll still be hustling. So it is an indictment on your own destiny to still get up and say, oh, media, Chinchina, NDC, and NPP. Now, no. For what? Really, if they're not adding anything to you, if they're not moving your life forward, why should you still continue? I mean, I don't get it. You can't. My brother, my sister, I'm telling you, you can't. You should not. You must not. You cannot. I think it's about time we shift the paradigm and shift the status quo. We are in a different era. Things are happening differently. Even the world we are in is shifting drastically and differently. We cannot continue putting our destiny in the hands of people whom we have put our destinies in their hands for the last 27 years. Nothing major has happened to our life. And then come another opportunity where we have an excellent opportunity to shift all of that and apply a new path, and we will take our destiny and put it in your hands again. No, it must not be. No, it cannot be. It should not be. So I just want to encourage all of us that, in your quiet corner, in your solitude, think about these things. Think about these things. If Ghana was a company that you were running, if Ghana was a company that you owned, Listen carefully. If this country was a company that any of you listening to me was owning, if this was your company that was generating $50 billion every year, some of the politicians that you vote for, you will not have voted for them. In other words, you will not have employed them in your company. If this was your own country, if this was your company, if Ghana was a company, your company, employing 30 million people, generating $50 billion every year for you, you will not employ some of these politicians. You know that, I know that. So why is it that when it comes to party politics, then you say because it's a party, you still have to endorse them, you still have to accept them. Meanwhile, you will vote for them, and this is the bit that I don't get. You will vote for these people, they will come into office, your road is still undone because they don't drive on it with the car you drive on, so they don't feel it. They use your money, they are driving in V8. When they hit those potholes that you hit, they don't feel it all. That is why when you are saying our roads, they don't understand you because they don't feel what you're feeling. Some of these guys, they don't know that Gary was costing 5 cedis in November last year, and now it is costing about 12 cedis. They don't get it all. They don't understand you like that. That is why when you say things are hard, they don't get it. They don't get it. They don't understand that these days when you go to the hospital with all the hula bala, yeah, we've instituted NHIS and all that, they don't understand that some drugs are not on the bill, and so even though you are under NHIS and you have an ID card to show aside, you still have to pay for some of the drugs. They don't get it because you know why? They go to private hospitals paid for by your tax money. They don't understand it too. When your children go out of school and they come out and they are told that yes, they have the certificate, but the things they have studied, it's not in line with what the industry is needing from those young students. They don't understand. The reason why they don't understand is that their own children are going to private schools, so they will come out better. But they're telling you are enjoying free SHS. And by the way, it's not free. Let me just put that on record. It's not free. You pay for it with your taxpayers' money. It's taxpayers' money that covers all these things. And if taxpayers' money is not enough, they will go and borrow in your name. I'm not saying borrowing is a bad thing, but people should stop deceiving you that this is free. It is not free. There's nothing that a government does that is free. And so let's understand some of these things so that nobody will come and be telling us, say, big. You've always been part of us, so continue to be part of us. It is working for them. It is not working for you. It is working for them. Let's get that. It's working for them. And 20 years down the line, their children, whom they have sent to the best schools outside, will come back. And when the country says, oh, who are the best suited people to fill in these roles, it is going to be them. So the cycle continues. It's working for them. It's not working for you. So let's stop this thing about, I have always voted for this party and therefore I have to continue voting for this party. And wow, and why? It is not helping us. How do we say it in Ghana? It's not helping us. It's not helping us. This tradition thing is not helping us. We have always voted, so we'll continue voting that way. It is not helping us. Something has got to change this 2020. This December, we have got to make history. We have got to be the first in this sub-Saharan Africa, well, the second if we go down the line of Benin. We have got to say, yes, Ghana is setting the pace again. We are one of the few countries who have decided, you know what, enough of the duopoly. It has not worked for us. We have risen up, we are thinking, and therefore we have decided we want to try something different. It is not working, people. It is not working. And we have to call a spade and not an agricultural spoon. It's not working. You know, as we're talking here, I was saying to somebody yesterday, I was actually a day or so ago, that look, we vote, you vote. We all vote people into office. And all they do is keep accumulating. Keep accumulating. Okay? There are families in this country today, by virtue of politics. There are families in this country today, by virtue of politics, that for the next 30 years, the next 20 years, the next 30, 20, 25, 27 years, if they don't raise a finger again, they will still have enough money to take care of their own. If they don't work again, they have accumulated enough money that if nobody in their families raises a finger to work again, they will be fine for another 10 years. They will be fine for another 15 years. They will be fine for another 20 years. Ask yourself, if you stop working today, whether you'll be in the same position, whether you'll be able to take care of yourself. As a matter of fact, even just 2021 coming next door, ask yourself, are you in a position? Are you safe and sound for 2021? Are you sorted for 2021? Can you say that there's money there or there's a job there, everything is secure, you are going to go into 2021 safe and sound? No. But I am telling you, on your head, on top of your sweat, on top of your hard work, there are people, politicians in this country who have accumulated and are continuing to accumulate your oil money, continue to accumulate your gold money, continue to accumulate your agricultural money. They are accumulating. And for the next 20 or 15 years, they will be fine. You will not be fine. You will not be fine. So understand when some of us are saying we don't have another 27 years. These are the things we mean. We genuinely, you all do not have another 27 years to mark time. To mark time for another 27 years. You don't have another 27 years. In the last 4 years, some people have built mansions. People that under normal circumstances, they would not have gotten anywhere. They have built mansions. But we've all been here for the last 4 years. What has it gotten you to be shouting NDC and NPP? What did you get in the last 4 years? Ask yourself. This last 4 years are that people have built mansions, 2 mansions, that people have put, what is it called? Commercial size satellites on their houses. What have you gotten? You who have been shouting for them, hey, Chobo NDC, hey, Chobo NDP, what have you got? What have your children got? Some of them in the last 4 years, they have accumulated enough so that for the next 5 years, even if the next 8 years, even if you don't win power again, they will be okay. In the next 8 years, if your party doesn't win power, are you going to be okay? Ask yourself, are you going to be okay? So it cannot be enough to just say, I am part of this party or that party. No, we have to, let's throw that thing away. It does not help us. It does not help us. The umbrella is leaking. The umbrella, it is leaking. It is raining issues and the umbrella is leaking. Let's understand, let's accept that the umbrella is leaking, or it's leaking. We cannot continue doing this thing and pretend nothing is happening. It's affecting you all, it's affecting all of us, and yet we pretend it's okay. It is not okay. This 2020 December, let's passionately go out there and let's prove to ourselves that it has not been okay. We have only been enduring. The umbrella is leaking and the elephant is just walking on all of us. So let's stop it. The umbrella is leaking. The elephant is gone on a rampage. It's not working for us. Be honest to yourself. Be honest to your children. And let's make some change happen. This time around, let's make sure it happens by ourselves, by our own effort. So if you are hearing me, go and spread the word that something different is about to happen. You know, for how long? For how long? We've allowed it. In fact, as a matter of fact, we've endorsed it. We've endorsed it to happen for 27 years, 28 years almost now. We've endorsed it. That's on a stamp. We've endorsed it to happen for 27 years. How can we allow it to happen again? I'm telling you, this December, if the NDC or the MPP should win office and power again, it's almost as though we are telling them that, hey, you know, the way you've messed up this country for the last 27 years, we are so happy that we want you to continue messing it up. Here is our vote again. That is how, if they win office again, that is what we have said to them. We are happy with how you've messed it up for the last 28 years. Here is the keys. Go and continue messing it up for another 27 years. This December, the only opportunity we have to make a stand and change the status quo once and for all. This is the opportunity we have. There's always going to be, there's just this small window of opportunity that is open to us. A small window of opportunity that is open to us. If we miss this 2020 December, we are as good as going back another 60 years. I'm telling you, if you're not aware, the world is moving forward. The world is moving forward. We can't continue doing this. We cannot. It's an indictment on our own intelligences. As intelligent people, it's an indictment on our own intelligence. It's an indictment on our capabilities. It's an indictment on the spirit and the blood that were shed by people who gained us independence. This is not the Ghana they envisaged for us when they gained us independence. Come on now. Come on now. After 63 years? No, no, no. I am not 63 years. But after reading some of their history, no, this is not the Ghana they envisaged. No. So let's not pretend that, you know, God has, look, God is even tired. God is even tired. I mean, which country again? We've been blessed with land. We've been blessed with natural resources. We've been blessed with fantastic weather. You know, summer all year round. Good rainfalls. We've been blessed with fertile land. We've been blessed with gold. Huh? Go and check on the World Gold Council. When we finish, go and check on the World Gold Council. Please. And this one is a little assignment I want everybody to do. When we finish, please, everybody should check on the World Gold Council. When you Google the World Gold Council, and when you get on the website of the World Gold Council, Google type in or search for the gold ranking. You know, it tells you how many countries have set aside some gold for emergencies. Some use it for different things. If your currency is not doing too well, you can sell some of the gold to prop up your currency. We use it for different things. Some store it as security. Ghana is in the top 12 producers and exporters of gold. You check on the World Gold Council how much gold as a country we have in reserve. Absolutely close to zero, close to nothing. Even IMF has gold reserve. Go check it. We've got cocoa. We've been farming cocoa. Well, second or third, you know, exporter of cocoa. Well, what have we done with it? We don't even have a oh God, no. After 40 or so years, 50 or so years of selling cocoa, huh? After all these years of selling cocoa, of harvesting and selling cocoa, can you believe that today we don't have money to buy our own cocoa before we export? Huh? Did you know that every year we have to ask banks to borrow us money, to lend us money? That is the money as a country we use to go and buy cocoa from the farmers. So it's not our own money, but it's our own cocoa. But we still need external money to go and buy cocoa, our own cocoa. We have to go and borrow money We don't have money. We have to go and borrow money to come and buy our own cocoa before we export it. Hey, I can't tell this story to my children. And none of you must be able to tell this story to your children. We can't continue like this, people. We cannot continue like this. This is the dilemma of the Ghanaian voter. The analogy that we've always voted a particular party. This year, ask yourself, the 27 years I've been doing this, what has it added to me? If it hasn't added anything to you, my brother, my sister, come and join us. Let's liberate ourselves. This country needs to be liberated. We fought our first independence, liberated ourselves from colonial masters. Now we have to liberate ourselves from our own people. Those we have given this country to, who have decided, they can't go forward and vision-wise and create a country that works for all of us, not just a few. No, we have to take the country back. We can't continue like this. We can't hand over Ghana in its current form. In fact, we as this generation, we have 3 times the work to do. That is why we cannot accept this mediocrity and continue like this. Look, our fathers who claimed independence for us had a vision, had an agenda. This is not the vision they had for Ghana. So we have a duty to ensure that we recover the dreams they have for this country. We who are in this generation, this country should have been handed over to us in a manner that we can build on it. It did not. It was not. So now we have to start building the Ghana we is going to work for, even we ourselves. And then the next generation after us, we need to hand over a Ghana to them that is good enough for them to build upon, so they can match up with the rest of the world. We've got 3 times the work to do, and we are here joking. We are here joking. Whereby now, nobody has left any money in the coffers for us, so we have to start from scratch now. Or kasa now. At the end of the day, it becomes an issue of comparison. And this in a year we first, and yes, and I said, yes, but and this need a sunchen and I said, sunchen. So it's become a politics of comparison. The country is not moving forward. It's become a politics of comparison. So right now, they compare. So on the TV, all you see is comparison. Whose mistake is the biggest or whose mistake is the smallest. And they're just moving in between the two. And these two have the audacity in 2020 to still want us to vote you. They still want you to vote for them, and you are going to vote for them? Really? Come on now. Come on now. Surely you deserve better than this. Surely you deserve better than this. No. We can't go on like this, people. This is unacceptable. At least to me, it is unacceptable. It must be unacceptable to you too. They've taken us for granted. They've taken us for they say every year they know you vote for them. So now they've taken us all for granted. They think that if whatever the case, worst scenario, they'll go and sit home for 8 years. But after 8 years, they'll come back again. They've taken us for granted. Because when they mess up, we still vote for them. When they mess up, as the 2 of them have messed up, we still vote for them. So they've come to a point where they don't even care whether they mess up, because they know that even when they mess up, we will still vote for them. So they don't care. They don't care whether you are getting the services you need to get from government. They don't care whether your life is moving forward. They don't care whether your health is improving. They don't care whether your education is getting better, is getting to well standard. They don't care whether as a business person, if vindictiveness is not affecting, they don't care. Because they know that you are so engrossed with them that when they say Tobo, you say hey, and then you all go and vote for them. So they don't care. They don't care whether they are corrupt, because they know that even when they are corrupt, you vote for them. They don't care if the money they accumulate is not for you, but they are pocketing it. They don't care, because they know you will still vote for them. It's about time we change that. This can't be going on. This can't be right. No, it cannot be right. So, my people, you know, this we can't. This no. This 2020 December, let's make history, people. This country has enough. This country has enough to work for all of us. This country has enough for every single one of us to benefit from. This country has enough that 10 years from now, 7 years from now, we can also be proud that people are stumbling over themselves to come and experience tourism here. This country has enough to be a blessing to every single one of us. But it cannot happen with the NDC and the MPP. We've taken 27 years to learn that it cannot happen with them. And they're taking us for granted, because even when they get it wrong, we still vote for them. Even when they mess it up, we still vote for them. And we cannot continue doing that. This country has enough for all of us to prosper in. It has enough, too much. God has blessed this country called Ghana. And as I keep repeating, it is up to us to make it great and strong. We used 27 years under NDC and MPP. There's no show, there is no proof that we can become great and strong under any of them. It's ripping my heart apart. Yeah, somebody will say I'm bleeding. Yes, I am bleeding. I'm bleeding inside. And we all must bleed inside. Because 4 years, 5 years, 10 years down the line, we must all be asking ourselves, what will this country become like at this rate? Every year on the corruption watch list globally, we are just coming down. We're just going down. We're just going down. How long? For how long? For how long? Sorry, and then we say forever MPP, forever NDC. If this country is failing, it does not matter whether you are NDC or MPP. If this country is failing, it does not matter whether you are NDC or MPP. If it is failing, it doesn't come to you to ask you, are you NDC? Therefore, your maize price, your corn price is reduced. It won't ask you if you are NDC, so your Gary price is reduced. No. If you are Ghanaian, you are Ghanaian. The first blood, the first thing we all have in common is that it is Ghana that flows through our veins as blood. A good friend of mine said that it is Ghana that flows through our blood, that flows through our veins, right? It is Ghana that flows through our veins. It is not MPP that flows through our veins. It is not NDC that flows through our veins. It is Ghana that flows through our veins. God has blessed this country. It is up to us to make her great and strong. It will take you, it will take me. So please, let's use our influences. This 2020 December, do whatever is in your power. Do whatever is in your power to make sure that the people who have messed us up for 27 years have no chance whatsoever coming near this country's administration. 27 years? No. In our lifetime, countries have risen. In our lifetime, some of you in this last 27 years, countries like Rwanda have come from nowhere and have risen. Next door, Cote d'Ivoire is doing fantastically well. Botswana is coming up. Kenya is doing something. It's doing quite a bit, except for also they are starting to do some political gamings these days. We can count country upon country, not necessarily just in Africa, but globally, who have risen in the last 27 years. So it is not beyond us. Now we have technology. It shouldn't even take us a lot of those number of years. Now we have technology to speed up the way we get things done. And yet we are here. Sorry, I see. we've been, this is the tradition we've always voted. No, 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 no. This tradition will kill us. It's already killed us. We must not allow it to bury us on top. No. Anyway, my name is Ganfo. I'm saying my name is Ganfo. My name is Mary Kofi Gan. My name is Mary Kofi Gan. And I stand for three things and three things only. One, I'll always put Ghana first. Two, I'll always put Ghana first. And three, I will always put Ghana first. I want to end here. I've given you some things to think about. It cannot be tradition. If this country is not working, it does not matter whether you are NDC or MPP. And this 2020 December, I'm asking you, vote for me. Vote for me. And let's change the system. Let's change the paradigm. Let's bring this country to a point where it works for all of us, not just a few people. Let's make a Ghana that we can be proud of. This country has enough to be a blessing to all of us. It has enough for us to all prosper in it. This country has enough. God has blessed us enough. But the corruption, the going into people's pockets, every time 1 million cedis goes into somebody's pocket, that's about 100,000 people's, livelihoods that have gone into somebody's pocket. It cannot continue this way. And we cannot continue pretending it's not happening. No. We as a people, we as a country, we made NDC what it is today. We as a people, we made MPP what it is today. So I'm saying to all of us, let's go and let's make Ghana what we want it to be. Vote for Mary Kofi Gan. I'm not ranting. I'm not ranting. This is pure passion. This is pure passion. It's in my blood. It's in every one of you's blood. This is passion. This country needs to get better than it can. We can't continue down this road. It has.
My name is Mary Kofi Gan, and like you, I used to be in the diaspora. I've tasted everything in the diaspora. I went in there as a chartered accountant, but found myself also working every other job. I worked as a cleaner, I've worked as a security guard, I've worked at the construction site, I've worked at restaurants, and then of course at the end of the day, I found where I needed to be at. I've had my fair share of the diaspora. But one thing gets me, as I'm sure it gets you too, it's the reality that when you're in the diaspora, your heart is back home and your mind tells you, stay where you are. That's one of the reasons why I am running for the presidency of this country, Ghana. It's to be able to build a country that works for every single one of us. A country that you can be proud of, to either be here or be there and enjoy the best of both worlds. A country where you don't have to know somebody in order to come back and succeed. We want to build a country that you don't even need to leave before you can make the best of yourself. That's why I'm running for office. Unfortunately, we have to come up against people who have had years and years of piling war chests of money, some stolen even, for their campaigns. But I am asking you, I'm asking that if you can, this month, the end of month, the month after that, if you could just support what we're doing, this agenda, the Ghana Deserves Better agenda, the Ghana for Ghana agenda, with just $10, £10, 10 euros, wherever you are. $10 is all I ask. 10 euros is all I ask. This month, 10 pounds sterling is all I ask. Support this agenda so we can build a Ghana that works for every single one of us, not just a few of us. This is the Ghana for Ghana campaign. Let's make a new Ghana happen. God bless you.